Welcome to my YouTube channel. I was asked recently if I'd ever been to the Washington state area. Yes, I have. And I've been to Glacier on the way to Washington. We went through the rainforest, the Olympic rainforest up there. So what you're about to see is a trip, and here's the map to show it. The route we took to explore some of Washington, naturally Oregon, and Glacier National Park, which is pretty awesome. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Hey, enjoy this video. This is for my buddy Phil. In this adventure, we started out in Twin Falls as usual. We went up through Redfish Lake, beautiful place, on through Stanley, on up to Missoula, then into Glacier National Park. If you've never been there, it's a great motorcycle road, or just drive your car through. Then we went across through Spokane, naturally Coeur d'Alene. I love it there too. Spent a lot of days there as a hippie back in the day. On over to Olympic rainforest. It's beautiful there. We circled around it, went to a little town called Forks. You might remember that one from a TV show. Down onto the Astoria and the beach there, where they have the old wreck. And it's slowly deteriorating. If you haven't seen it, you better go see it soon. It's going to be gone in a few years. On through Portland, down through John Day. Naturally, John Day was on fire as usual when we went through it. Back to our home. I hope you enjoy this part of the slideshow. On this adventure, I took my wife and my friend Dan. We stopped at Redfish Lake. It's a beautiful place. Lots of camping areas. Problem is, it's so popular you can't get a spot unless you get a reservation, and sometimes even a year in advance. There's always something to please your eyes on Redfish Lake. Yep. We've camped at this campsite here in Salmon, Idaho a couple times now. Right next to it is a really great restaurant. You got a beautiful view of the lake. I should say a beautiful view of the river. And there's rabbits running around there for some odd reason. My wife likes these old mansions. This is the Daly Mansion. He was some kind of miner at one time. Made a fortune from the ground up. I sat in the car for about 2 hours while my wife and Dan explored this old house. Old houses are just that to me, an old house. She found it awesome. That's all that matters. Sitting Duck is a pretty good restaurant right out Flathead Lake. We've stopped there many times also. They have great fish and chips there. You can sit right off the back of the restaurant and watch Flathead Lake and the boats coming and going. We continued on down the road. Stopped at a few of these beautiful streams. Very cool there. It was a warm day. It was nice to get cooled off by just standing by it. It was fed by Glacier Park streams, melting ice and such. Glacier Park is a great place to go see. We've done it a couple times on the motorcycle, a few times in a car. The snow is melting quite rapidly. They say it won't be too many years before there's no glacier there at all. I'm going to include some old pictures here along with these that we take in 2010. And you can see the difference in just a matter of 10 years. I'm thinking now in 2017 it's even less snow up there now. You can't get through there all year round. They have a lot of snow. It's the ice that's not going to be there long. So if you're going to go there, make sure the roads are open. You can see the snow cover there in 2000 compared to 2010. There's a lot more there. So just make sure the roads are open before you venture that way. They sometimes don't open till June. They can only work on the roads in the summertime naturally, so there's always road construction somewhere. Coeur Lake. Back in the late 60s, that was a hangout for the hippies. Now it is all turned into docks for the rich. It's still a beautiful place, and it's between Glacier and Oregon coast if you're going that way, Washington coast. We found a campsite there. It wasn't too expensive and spent the night. Kind of noisy. We found this little area along the road. I don't even know what it was, but it was pretty, so we took a picture. Some kind of little dock area, as you can see. Lots of beautiful sights on the route we took. We didn't take as many photos as we probably should have, but by the time you get to the end of this, you're going to be bored with what we did take. My wife said this was some kind of famous TV show. I've never seen it, but I guess some of you have. Some vampire thing. We stopped at this KOA. Problem was, it closed at 8 and we got there at 7:30. There was no restaurants closed, so we grabbed some pizza from the store and ate it out of the microwave. This ship is going to be gone soon. You can see the difference between the photos we took here in 2010 compared to the pictures that my friend took this year. It is slowly rusting away. No doubt about that. It's over by Astoria. You want to take a look at that if you're ever in that area. There's a great little state park there you could spend the night at if they got room. If not, there's a KOA right close by. You know, you go through Seaside, you got to take that photo. This is something else that's kind of cool to get up on top of and look at the view. Once again, I stayed in the car. I let my wife go up and take these pictures with my friend Dan. This was an Astoria KOA. It was a great campsite. This is John Day on fire again as we headed on home. And this is the end of the slideshow. Hope it didn't bore you too much. Maybe gave you an idea what you want to see someday. Thanks for watching.